Rave it, baby.
Wait, one of you wasn't here for the tractor champion. Was it you?
I was not here for that.
That's a tractor champion.
Yeah?
16 years old, beat a bunch of old men by a lot.
Hey, you ain't heard about the tractor champion? Hold on, wait fast. You ain't ever heard who was the tractor champion in this mother?
You don't know about our producer?
No, I didn't.
World-class dodgeball player and tractor champion of the state of Vermont, which, I mean, you know.
Tractor balancing, New York.
New York, so, you know, where they really know about tractors. And
Yeah.
Upstate.
yeah, so he just shows up at his grandparents'.
Oh, no, it's pretty redneck.
It's super
outside
rad.
of the city.
No, I know. He shows up at his grandparents', and they go to the county fair to do something completely different. State fair, not even the county. And then he just joins the tractor balancing contest kind of on a whim and beats the guy who came in second by like 80%. Like the person who came in second, it took him 5 seconds to balance the tractor. He did it in 1.
Oh, wow.
And then he left. Think about how mad those old dudes were.
So mad. This fucking punk kid just comes in.
Although, maybe they were so excited that a young guy was into tractors.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
the flip side of that, of like,
Oh,
Gotta be like
sure.
that, yeah.
they were all just standing around staring at him.
Mhm.
I mean, wow. I just didn't know the man was so diverse, you know?
You didn't?
Audio engineer. Yeah.
He like owns some kind of train business I don't understand.
Oh, I thought it was just cover up for drugs.
Oh,
It totally is.
he did used to work with
It
Borat
totally
too, so maybe it
It
is.
is.
Dude,
It
what
is.
if this is just a long Borat thing? It's just like like a whole thing about delusional
He
comedians.
does love a Kaufman-esque uncomfortableness.
Yeah, well, you better fire us because one of us will kill you if you do that to us.
That's true. I ain't no fucking prankster show kid.
You humiliate me. Honestly, the most delusional thing about us is that we think we would be involved in that.
You don't know. You don't know his criminal mastermind plan.
True.
DJ, your hair is getting so fucking long.
flip around to the back again.
Yeah. I gotta go get my dog.
Go to the Watch his ponytail flop in the wind if you're watching on YouTube.
The answer, my friend, is ponytails in the wind. The answer's ponytails in the wind.
Ponytails.
You like Bob Dylan?
Sure.
I think that's the appropriate response to that question.
Oh,
Sure.
which one? I mean, yeah, I like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, any of them.
The big answer is yes.
Right.
There's parts of him I like more than others.
I feel that way about most people.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Even people I adore, there's parts that are better than others.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Even people I don't like, there are parts I search for the parts that
Do you?
are. Yeah, I try to.
I think that's good. I think that's healthy.
I think you're so.
It's
Sometimes it seems like more work than to just blanket hate someone.
I don't blanket hate, but I do write people off. I'm like, oh,
I guess
no.
that's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, nah, I know it's in there, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm not saying like blanket hate. Like I hate everyone from fucking insert a place here. I don't mean blanket hate like
I know what
that.
you meant.
I just mean like sometimes it's easier when there's so much to navigate.
Yeah.
That searching for the good it seems like for naught.
Yeah, that's me. I'm saying I don't call that blanket hate. I think that's just like, oh, goodbye.
Yeah. But I don't. But
Mark, can you turn me down?
But it's not hate for me. For me, that's just indifference. I think that's even more cruel.
Just so I'm clear on my ears, not on my voice, because I'm the quietest motherfucker here.
I'll never forget. I started doing stand up, and there was this lady that she just hated me, and which was fine. I could have cared less because she wasn't funny.
Yeah.
If she would have been funny, I think I would have cared.
Yeah.
But she wasn't funny, and she couldn't stand me for some reason, and I think it upset her that I didn't feel a way about her.
Sure. I mean, I think a lot of comics have a thing in common where we don't want indifference.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand indifference, so I get it.
I only can't stand indifference from the audience. If an
Yeah,
individual,
I agree with that.
yeah. If an individual feels that way about, I mean, that again, that's hey baby, that's your bindle to carry. That ain't mine.
Is that a phrase or did you just make that up?
They just made that up because it was.
That's the thing over the shoulder,
yeah,
right?
when you're.
Is that because I have stains on my hoodie?
No.
You looked over at me sneaking a Frito chili cheese with stains on my hoodie.
It makes
You looked at
sense.
DJ hanging out with goats and a random person. If you're watching on YouTube, I know you're just staring at DJ if he's on the screen right now.
Why not? There's way more movement.
He has
there.
a staff in his hand. I feel very strongly that the world put that phrase into your brain with like your current DJ with the staff, me with the stains, and you were like, that's your bindle to carry, hobo.
I don't know, but I want to keep. I know hobo's not cool anymore. You know, but
Pro hobo?
a pro hobo.
You're pro hobo.
Yeah, I like
Blanket?
No.
How do you feel about rich kids who
I don't
hobo?
I don't like rich kids that do it.
I kind of do.
I mean, I get it. It's like getting a real job and not working for whatever the thing your parents own. I get it. But also it's kind of like wearing poverty on for size.
I agree, except that if you're really hoboing, like if you take off across the country, there's going to be moments where like your dad can't get you out of this. You're on.
I hope so.
You're in a trend. Well, I think that's their goal.
That's what I hope for, because that's where the character building comes, and that's
I
where
assume
you
that's
figure
their
it out.
goal. That's why I kind of dig it.
Yeah,
It's like some people are self-aware enough to know that they need an extreme thing to sort of shirk off this privilege that is shaping them.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that like they couldn't just go work for not their dad. It wouldn't be enough for them. And so they're like, well, this is the only way to like figure out who I am without that net knowing it's there.
I get that. There was a couple of street I was in the Keys performing, and there was a couple of street performers, and I thought they were just cool. I thought they were cool hobos, and then I found out one of them like owns a house in Canada and like is like independently wealthy and purposely living out of their car.
Did he make the money independently?
I don't know. I by that point I was completely disinterested.
Because
he almost got us fucking arrested.
I'm disinterested in that, but I'm not like against it because it's like, well, if you do get rich, what are you supposed to do? And maybe you do that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, it's not like you're stealing stage time from another street performer.
He could have stayed in a hotel. Like he could have had a place to stay. But then we almost got arrested because he was so obnoxious about it. That's
a different thing. That guy's an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's it. I don't like it when assholes do it.
Yeah.
But I remember I was doing stand-up in Boston one time, and there was like this stinky gutter punk kid that was there who had traveled there from
DJ
I think
came
New
with
Mexico. No, DJ, don't stink like this. This was like on purpose.
You ever smelled his pockets?
No. Who the fuck? What are we in prison? Why is anyone in anyone else's pocket? You shouldn't be smelling it.
It's a callback to a thing no one even knows about, and he's not even here to laugh. Sorry, go ahead.
What is it? It's a stinky pocket.
It's one of those things where I'll tell you, and it'll be like that Hedberg joke. That tree's really far away. Or the ribeye one. Yes. Like when someone's telling a story and you didn't hear them, and do you remember the Hedberg joke? What did you say? And then you got to speak up, and you're like, that tree is really far away.
Oh, got it.
The way you feel right now, you'd feel it times 2 if I explained it to you.
Okay.
And it's a long story.
Okay, yeah. So you just made an inside joke for nobody.
For a guy who I realized isn't on the mic.
Yeah.
Don't take it from me entirely. It's not my fault he's out negotiating goat prices. Doesn't he look like he's bartering right now?
He is. He's getting ready.
Yeah.
We talked about that the other day.
I tell you what, buddy, I'll build you one of these. All you got to do is knock $50 off my rent and give me a new car.
One that isn't stolen. I learned from last time. I learned from last time. I love that man so much.
Pure.
But yeah, anyways, there was this gutter punk that was a stinky boy, and he had came
Was that his name?
No.
Sup, I'm Stinky Boy. It's tattooed under his eye.
Under his lip.
Yeah, it's
On the
stinky.
inside of his lip. He just pulls his lip down.
It just says
just
boy.
says stinky boy.
It's stinky under the eye. Stinky Boy. You gotta.
And that was
Stinky's
actually
what
when
everybody
I learned,
calls him. Boys who really loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go, Stinky. Sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Because he's a man until he's pouting.
Yeah.
Oh, mama, I'm still just a boy. Yeah, through talking to him, I found out it was just like running away from his rich parents, this type of situation.
And that bothered
But
you.
he was okay. The street performer that almost got us arrested because he also had a fuck ton of drugs in the car. And
Why were you in his car?
I wasn't in his car. I was at his car.
Oh.
Because we were just smoking
You're
weed
hanging out in his
after-
apartment.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, I didn't. He didn't invite me over or anything. It wasn't like that. Look, I know I look like a person who picks up hobos, but that's not what it was just post show. He was like a quote unquote trying to be a comedian.
Yeah, I get it. I know everything that has happened here.
Yeah.
I get it.
So it was one of those. And then we were smoking weed and we were getting out of the situation cleanly.
Which is illegal in Florida, smoking weed, correct?
Yeah, very illegal.
Okay.
Especially if you're not like terminal. It's like it's medical, but you have to be like there's only like 2 distributors. It's a shit deal.
The cops were like,
I'm dying. Make like, oh my son, is that you? I say to the
seen
cop.
it 1,000 times before, young lady. You're coming with me. So you were getting out of it, and then this guy's just being an asshole?
No, they there was 2 of them, and it was really Tweedledummer and the dumbest.
Tweaker dumb and Tweaker D.
Tweaker dumb. One of them was very tweakery. The skinnier one made sense. And then but then they were like, okay, don't do it. Blah, you're not allowed to. Blah blah. All this other shit. So I'm sweet talking the cops. I'm work in the room like I'm always doing.
You're doing crime with strangers, and you didn't mean to be. We've had that conversation before about like people you want to do crimes with.
Yeah, well, that's what I found out. They weren't good at crimes,
Right?
And I think that's it too. It was like, oh, you're trying on crime for size because you can flee to your house that people in Canada that people can't for whatever. So it was like one of those things because he was like older. He was like late 30s.
Yeah, he didn't have kids, right?
No kids.
Yeah.
So it's
It'll
just
happen if you don't have a dream or kid. You got to have one or the other, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, then then the guy was like, "Oh, do you know a good place to park to go to sleep?" He asks the cop. And he was like, "Oh, there's no place around here you could legally do that." And then the Tweedledumbest goes, "Shut the fuck up, dude. What are you doing? We just got away scot-free." He says to the guy in front of the cop. So now the cop looks at me and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You're like, "Can I leave?"
Yeah.
I'm good at crime.
I'm being dumb by association right now.
Why were you hanging out with them?
It was just because it was a larger group, and then those what were left. It was one of those.
Stayed too long,
I did stay too long, and it was just because I was smoking and it was doing drugs.
and it was their drugs.
Was it? Yeah, I think it was.
I hope, Carmen, because
No, it
I'm
was,
really
it was.
trying to be your cool attorney here.
No, I know.
Your
I know.
Honor, they were not her drugs. She was smoking free drugs. The only reason she was there.
Well, the other problem was I had my own drugs in my purse in a bike.
Yeah.
Because that was the other thing too, is like we all left together, and so people broke off to go to different directions, and I had to ride the bike the rest of the way home. So it was like one of those things, and they're like, "Oh, I'm parked right here on your way back to the wherever you're staying. We could smoke, blah blah." I have some weed in my car, but he had like weed in his car. He also had like I had a bunch of mushrooms on me, so I wasn't looking to have a conversation with the cops because I had like a criminal amount.
Yeah.
Because this is when I had merch, you know. Hey, Deej, welcome back.
Hey guys, that was fun. Thank you. And Sid immediately decides she's got something to say. Yeah, that was great. Thank you guys. I'm glad I came in right at the drug conversation. I felt like,
Yeah, we met Tweaker Dumb and Tweaker D.
oh yeah.
I was just complaining. We were ultimately complaining about rich kids being hobos.
I was
Oh,
sort of
DJ's pro, or I mean Drew's pro.
I was defending it because it's like if you are a rich kid, basically like that is a way to try and remove the net. If you're trying to like figure out who you are, you can't call your dad from a train and be like, hey, Sawtooth is about to stab me. Can you come help? I don't know where I'm at. Somewhere between Omaha. You know, like you've got to get out of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So like I get why they do it. It feels a little more, I don't know, authentic than just throwing on a Carhartt jacket.
I don't know, man. It's when I was living in Humboldt, I have experienced a lot of like these brand new, like these Trustafarian types that were like living in redwood trees and like driving a brand new Mercedes Benz that was finger painted. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Follow fish around and like, what, dude? Like, come
That
on,
sounds different, though. That sounds like...
Yeah, we're talking about actual hobo.
Like living on a train.
Jumping, got your backpack.
Yeah, no, yeah, living inside the holes of the trees, like living... Like, yeah, man, Arcata, California, they are absolutely...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Arcata,
and I also,
California ate up with it, dude.
Well, I want to be clear. I'm not saying I want to hang out with these people or that I like these people. I'm saying that I get it. Like, this is a thing that I get as opposed to just, like, on the weekends dressing working class. It's like, all right, I get that when you're 19, you are aware that you've been so privileged in your life and you're trying to like
sometimes
remove some of that. You know what I mean?
Sometimes people are.
Well, when he said follow fish around, I'm like, well, they know that takes money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a lot of also, it's like rebelling. There's a certain thing that gets weird and condescending in it when it's like you're rebelling against this culture that you're raised in. I guess, you know, you hate your dad or whatever, you hate the corporate, but like you're so ingrained in it that, you know what I'm saying? You can't help but I don't know.
But that's not their fault, is it?
No, that's not their fault. But it does to someone who's like genuinely struggling next to them. It's annoying. I think that.
I've never said these people weren't annoying. I'm gonna be honest. All hobos are annoying. All of them annoy me. Hey, man, I'm trying to get $32 for a bus ticket because my wife kicked me out, and then I'm trying to get here. Just go get drunk.
Yeah, shut up.
Fuck the story. If you were good at telling stories, you'd be a better hobo. You'd be a street performer.
Yeah.
You'd be getting
some
paid.
Magic tricks, man. Learn a card trick, dude.
Something.
We sound so Republican. Pull yourself up by your hobo bootstraps.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying be entertaining.
Sure, I agree with that. That's my rule for everybody.
Dude, I gave so much. Every time I go to New York City, I always have a Subway cash. I have cash.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say sandwich. I don't know what was going on with me.
Yeah, I keep a Subway sandwich.
Keep that thing on me.
I keep that Italian BMT on me. And whenever I see a good street performer in the Subway, they get a Subway sandwich. What, you guys don't hand out Subway sandwiches in the Subway? It's in the name. That's what I thought the sandwiches were for.
Hey, we need to tell DJ how we got on this. You invented a phrase. What was it again? The bindle? What was it?
I think they said that's in your bindle to carry or something.
That's your bindle to carry.
Yeah.
Instead of that's your cross to bear, Carmen just looks over at me and goes, that's your bindle to carry me. And I was saying, it's because I got stains on my shirt and I'm eating Frito-Lays and DJ's out there in the field with a staff. Carmen just made up a new hobo phrase.
I did have a staff the whole time.
I go, there's the shepherd. The shepherd is directing his flock. I love like the dogs in the background looking at you like you're crazy.
How hard did that hit, huh?
You crushed. Listen, I got some really fun stuff to share.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Mm-hmm.
And it transitions because we were talking about crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me close this door right here.
Yeah, close it up, baby.
But I can hear you.
Okay. Let me, you know, we got space to fill. Let me wind into this. As we've talked about on here before, like I spent a lot of years like regretting law school because it was so expensive and it's not what I want to do in my life. Then that thing happened where me and Andy were able to help that family keep their home. And I was like, you know what? That alone was worth it. I'm now adding another thing that's worth it.
Okay.
A fan had hit me up. I got to scroll back. And they were like, hey, I got jury duty. How do I get out of it? And I was like, well, here's how you'd get out of it. These things would work. But if I were you and you can afford it and it's not too stressful, see what they're going to put you on.
That's always my thing. I want to
Because
know
it
what
could
the
be
thing
really interesting. And if
Yeah.
you're a fan of ours, and I assume you've been listening for a while, you've heard me talk about the criminal justice system.
is.
I think it would be rad if people like you were on a jury and you have
Oh.
a slightly different view of the world that is helpful. Like if
Yeah.
we're like the idea of a jury is that a wide range of Americans hear these facts and the prosecutor has to convince all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, a lot of times, rad people don't want to fucking sit there. They hate cops. They just itch when they're in the courthouse, so they got to get the fuck out of there. And then,
Yeah, criminals, I think, is the word you're looking for.
and then ho-hum housewife Christian Betty is like, I love the courthouse, and it doesn't
Yeah.
end up being
Fair.
a jury of Americans.
Right. That's why I do it. I don't try to get out of it.
Hell yeah. So then I didn't hear from him because he was being sequestered.
Mm.
He hits me up like 3 weeks later and he's like, I took your advice and I'm so glad I did. And then it's like a long thing. I'll just try to give you guys the highlights,
notes, yeah.
especially because I don't know the legality. I guess it's over. We could share it all. So the trial was 4th degree attempted burglary,
Mm-hmm.
2nd degree assault, and malicious destruction. If they had stacked all those charges in the jurisdiction he was in, this dude was facing up to 14 years.
Jesus. For robbing what? Can they tell me what? Okay. Sorry.
Through the trial, they learned that it was his brother who was making these accusations. He was also a sergeant in the Baltimore County Police Department. The cops came the day of the incident, and even though the brother who was saying he did all this shit was a cop, the police who showed up were like, we're not pressing charges right now.
Yeah.
Eventually, he went to his superiors and with some videotape and some other stuff and got the charges to be pressed. The guy refused to take a deal, was like, I didn't do any of this shit. They go to trial. Through the trial, they learn, they get the video. They found out that the cop was the aggressor.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing he said to the police in the beginning was remotely true. What he said was, this guy, there was some sort of dispute. Let me get into it. Dad and mom died. They couldn't afford the house anymore. One of the brothers was moving his shit out of that house, and the other one didn't like the way he had left it the day before. So when the brother who's moving shows up to get the rest of his stuff, it's all on the curb, but not all of it. And the cop won't let that guy in. So he forces his way into his parents' house. Brother's
to get
saying,
the rest of his shit.
brother's
Yeah.
saying it's my house, and he came in and robbed my house.
Gotcha.
He also said he tore the door off the hinges and it cut his arm. The video reveals it's a sliding door. There's like all these facts that would never have come out. The cop brother is just a liar.
Gotcha.
So he's like, we go into the...
A lying cop?
You know what I'm
Say it
saying?
ain't so.
So it gets really, really mired in details
Gotcha.
as these things do.
Mm.
But the upshot of this is that they get into the jury room and him, an old hippie dude, and 2 black women are the only people who are like not guilty. The other 8 people, in spite of the fact that it's clear that this guy lied from the jump, were like, yeah, but he did knock the door down and take stuff from a house that's not his. They loved cops and believe cops so much. They're like, all these things, yeah, he lied, but technically, like, they wanted the cop to win. And him and the other 3 people, according to him, this is his words, 12 angry men did
Wow.
for hours until they got a fucking not guilty.
Wow. So they were the real attorneys.
And that's how it has to be. That's
Yeah.
that's why jury selection is so important. It's like it's so important.
So what you're saying is a fan of ours was actually a member of
Fucking
the
hero.
justice system. They put justice in the justice
Fucking
system.
hero.
And that's fucking awesome.
Hero.
I want to
Yeah,
say,
dude.
say his name, but I told him no names. I don't know if he would mind. Maybe he'll write me after he hears this and he'll be like, I don't mind saying my name. But shout out to, we'll do the initials, KDT. KDT,
Yeah.
you're what's gravy, baby.
You are what's gravy.
You are what's great.
Now, do you guys want me to
baby,
make you all
100%.
sad because that's my role in life?
Oh, yeah. Bring us up. Drop us down.
Nothing happened to that cop, though. He's not going to lose his job.
No.
Which is like,
Yeah, but an innocent man didn't go to jail for a shitty cop brother.
sure, but what happened should be illegal. But at the very least, he should get fired. How can you be a cop when you lie to cops?
That's called being a cop.
I know.
Usually
Usually you tell the cops the
How do you
truth.
be a cop?
Usually
we don't know.
Usually
Drew.
they usually
we don't know how you're be a cop. That's fucking
Yeah, but-
mind-blowing.
usually they tell cops the truth though. Usually then they get around to the cops. They're like, look, can we just
do they?
sure?
Do they?
They'll be like, hey, listen, he's just a bad guy. Can
Mm-hmm.
we just write this up, dude? Oh, it's so gross. I hate everything. Mark is vibrating with excitement while he writes something on a whiteboard. So I cannot.
He's wearing a sweatshirt for forest cops.
No, he's shitting on you, DJ. He's saying you're shitting on cops while you're wearing a forest cop sweatshirt. Mark must have had beef with the forestry department back in the day.
Yeah, no, a lot of people do. Dude, I have this guy I hang out with sometime named Butch. He said he hates the forest department. He said they got the worst propaganda since the Third Reich, is what he said.
Wow.
Let me guess. They took
he
his
hates
four wheeler because he was hunting on national land. Because that's
he's a
happened to all my
conservationist.
dad's friends.
Nah, he's a conservationist, and it's
Oh.
like word. Yeah, right. Okay, but I don't have any beef with the Forest Service, and also, when you go out in public, like, dude, you can smell like weed. Motherfuckers are like, of course, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like that's passing now. It doesn't matter, but look, it's stolen valor, man.
Let me ask you guys this. Does all cops are bastards include Smokey the Bear? Mark says yes. This is heartbreaking. I'm gonna get more shit for this than the time DJ and I shit on Dolly, and I'm the only one who got shit for it.
That's true.
That's not what happened.
Oh,
That's not what happened.
it's not?
Not at all what happened. As a matter of fact, I said you can't blame Dolly because she's just, she's crazy. You said poor
I
people
said
didn't
that.
deserve Christmas.
I
First you
said
said
that.
poor people didn't
I
deserve
said you
Christmas.
can't blame Dolly. I said that.
Man, I love it when y'all fight. It's so cute for the rest of us.
These Fritos. Fuck. I'm so hungry. All right. DJ, is Smokey the Bear, all cops are bastards. Does that include Smokey?
Man, it's kind of like asking me, like, what are police dogs bastards? And it's like, nah, man, what the fuck? Who the fuck hired the goddamn bear to be
Smokey
the
can
fucking
talk,
fire
though.
ranger?
Yeah, but
You know
he's
what
a
I'm
product
saying?
of his environment,
He
I
seems
think.
to have a
Yeah,
conscience,
truly.
though. Like, he
And
can
hey, who
speak.
can get mad at a fucking bear getting mad at you fucking setting fires?
I agree.
Of course he wants to set
I
a fucking
agree.
fire.
Mark's the
Oh,
one
man.
who hates him.
Well, I
He's
get
not.
because he's still an authority figure, but I think the reason they hired a bear to do the job of a human is because we would be more inclined to listen to a bear because it makes
True.
sense that a bear cares.
I'm not talking shit to a bear. And I talk shit to cops all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bears are so fucking cute.
They are too fucking cute.
Mark says he's an industry plant. Mark's against it, dude. Mark is against Smokey the Bear.
It is respectable. It is respectable. It is a respectable position to
Yeah.
have that hard line. I appreciate
I agree.
it.
I
When
did
he,
always
when he
wanna see
said it, I was like,
cross
oh
the
bear.
shit.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
He's
Am
sticking
I
to his
gonna hold-
guns. Sorry.
It's not that I don't believe in it in theory, but would I hold a bear accountable?
but what about a talking bear with a hat? He talks and he's got a
No,
hat.
of course not. No, there's nothing. You can do whatever you want to do. Be a cop. I don't care. Fucking, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, that's true. Then,
I'm on
then,
the
it, then it
fence.
gets to exist outside of the parameters that humans have set for animals.
That's what I'm saying.
So I feel like
So I'm holding him to a higher standard.
Sure, but he doesn't. How would he know?
What do you mean, how would he know? He's
He
a
hasn't
black
had a
bear.
human-
He has to know. I'm sorry.
I thought he was a grizzly.
No,
Yeah, he's a grizzly.
he's not a grizzly.
He's a brown bear.
He's a brown bear.
He might be colored brown, but he's not a grizzly. That's a
Why
round
not?
face. It's not a. Look it up, Mark. Jamie, pull this up.
He's Smokey the Bear.
I've always
He's
wanted to
Smokey.
see a Smokey the Bear, Yogi the
There's-
Bear crossover.
There's no grizzlies
Yeah,
in
it
this.
needed to
There's no
happen.
grizzlies
It
in the
needed to
Smoky
bear
Mountains.
on bear crime. You know, then it would have been. It didn't have anything to do with us.
There's no grizzlies.
I'm surprised there wasn't like you remember that
Smokey
Crest
is in
commercial?
fact a black bear.
He's brown, but he is
Okay.
black bear.
And,
Right.
Okay.
there's no grizzlies in the Smoky Mountains. If you're gonna make
It
a
doesn't
talking
matter.
cartoon bear,
You
you're
know,
not gonna make
they're
him a
not just
grizzly.
Talking about listen, he's named Smokey the Bear because of fire, not because of the
Yeah,
mountain.
that's what I
fine.
thought. I didn't think
Dude,
it was
never-
because of
okay.
the location. I thought
I
it
was
was 'cause he
joking
didn't-
about that.
I didn't want it. He didn't want it. Oh,
That is part of why they did it, but he was invented as part of the Smoky Mountain. Like, that's where he originated, was in the Smoky Mountain National Park.
okay.
'Cause that's what he's
Did
named
he?
after. I don't know, buddy.
Drew's lying. He's lying.
Mark, look it up.
He
Look up
he
the
hates
origin.
poor kids and he lies about bears. And y'all follow this man like he's like the sun just shines and falls right on him.
Yeah, that's definitely what's
Bear
going on with our fandom. They're following me like the sun rises and falls in my butt.
I wish you were here last week, DJ, when he was like, everybody gets mad at me. I'm like, yeah, who are they gonna get mad at? Me and DJ? They have to get mad at you.
And my point was nobody. Don't get mad. Why is everyone mad all the time? I'm misunderstood as an artist and a person.
Okay. Smokey the Bear is an American campaign and advertising icon in the U.S. Forest Service and the Wildlife Prevention Campaign, which is the longest running public service announcement campaign in the United States.
Born out of racism.
Oh, God. Stop reading them. Mark unironically said, I think it was something to do with racism.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no, Smokey!
It says, although the
We
U.S.
were both
Forest
wrong.
Service...
We were both wrong. His name was inspired by Smokey Joe Martin, a New York City Fire Department hero. So let's just go with that. We were both wrong because of that. Let's not. I don't want to learn anymore. What is it? Milkshake duck?
I don't want to learn anymore.
Yep.
Nobody say anything. Don't you say a word.
Milkshake duck? Is that what the phenomenon is in the internet? Where anything that's fun and cute, if you dive too far into it, it ends up racist?
I mean, I feel like if you look back, even if you don't make it racist, there is something bad at the end of anything that's fun and cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a name
take
for that.
chocolate, for example.
I'd rather not.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
if you
they call that milkshake duck now.
milkshake duck. Why?
There was a meme that was explaining this, and it was like, you'll see something cute like a duck with a milkshake, and then find out that it's racist. And then, like a little while later, people were throwing milkshakes. I don't remember, but it's milkshake duck.
Gotcha. Careless citizens were not only a fire threat, though, as the Empire of Japan considered wildfires a possible weapon. So during the spring of 1942, Japanese submarines surfaced near the coast of Santa Barbara, California, and fired shells that exploded on the field very close to Los Padres National Forest. U.S. planners hoped that if Americans knew how wildfires would harm the war effort. Oh, yeah, they would work with the Forest Service to eliminate the threat. There you go.
I don't think it's racist if we're actually at war with Japan.
Yeah, I think that's.
I don't think you're like, these
I think what
Japanese
happened
people keep
after
starting
the war
fires.
was definitely racist,
What
but
Sure.
a take! What
Sure.
a take!
Well, I just mean,
I don't think it's racist if you're bombing them.
I didn't say bombing them wasn't racist. I'm saying if you're like, hey, the Japanese army is trying to start fires in our.
they bombed us first, though, DJ. I mean, Pearl Harbor.
Well,
They started it.
that's my point. Is simply that
But
I don't
after
think
the
they
war
were like.
is where the racism really kicked in.
My
when
point
we
is,
had
I don't think the
chaos.
army was like, hey, you know how the Japanese are always starting fires. I think they were like, nah, we're at war and they have done this to us.
Yeah. Okay.
It would be funny if it was, though. If in the middle of fighting the Japanese, one dude in the room was like, also, you know, these Japanese people love starting fires, and it had nothing to do with any reality.
It's probably like a racist trope, dude. It probably is. That's all they do is fucking set fires to the woods. Like, what? Hate trees. What?
we need a bear.
Yeah. We have fire.
Services own Captain America.
Oh, man. Okay.
Well, shout out KDT. I don't know how we got off on that.
Yeah, I know. Smokey the Bear, I think. Smokey with an E. I actually prefer Smokey with no E, because that one's just a bear that likes to smoke too much.
Yep, I like it with that. I like a good KY or IE. Is also fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
But the UI doesn't.
I have no idea what's happening.
I used to know an old black guy named that was called Smokey. I never knew his real name, but he was an IE, Smokey with an IE, that used to work for my uncle's plumbing company.
That's a good Smokey, for sure. For sure.
Yep.
Let's not look into him either.
Okay.
He's a duck milkshake.
Now, Drew, and I might be wrong about this. Do you believe or do you not believe that George Bush did 9/11?
I think George Bush allowed 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were trying to say. Like, where are you on this?
I think Dick Cheney had more to do it than Bush did, personally. I think.
Do you think he did it or allowed it?
I think he didn't prevent it.
That's what I think.
I think they had the information.
See, this racist over here wants to take Osama bin Laden's accomplishments from him.
Oh, is that what's happening?
DJ thinks only a white man could do 9/11.
No, I said that. I said one of the planes. No, one of the planes. One of the.
He's browning on dialysis. Let him have this.
He needs it, dude. Yeah,
we're kidding.
Your face right now is how I feel when you do this to me all the time. Go ahead.
No, say it.
I'm just trying to say, man. You know, there was.
Get his staff. Get him his staff. That boy's just a lowly shepherd.
Look, man.
A humble
Look, y'all.
sheep farmer.
Look, all I'm trying to say.
What were you trying to say before we derailed it with a fun riff?
Yeah, one of the pilots with the CIA was a CIA asset. They know that there was like Saudi influence. So what we were trying to argue, that's a good. I agree with that position that it's more of a people players and not organizational. Like it's not the CIA, but there's definitely people who let it happen. Sorry,
I'm not surprised that a guy who was involved in international affairs like that at one point was a CIA asset.
True.
But to give the CIA all that credit, I mean, it just in this case doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, the argument we were having, I thought we were going to have a better conversation about this, but it seems like we're all pretty much.
Yeah, I think part of it is you're not as committed to getting into my crawl as Slobberhose is. So like that man was just like he was doing that thing where he was just like taking everything I said and pushing it to the extreme. And I was refusing on that day.
All right.
Dude,
no
water.
Just glad we all agree that the CIA had something to do with 9/11. They have something we had to put in stone here.
I mean, I think even
maybe
this may upset you, DJ, but I think even the American government kind of came to that conclusion. If you read the 9/11 Commission report, they're like,
"Oh yeah, they did.
Damn, they just really let this happen."
Yeah, I think it was an ego situation where they're like, not us. We're the biggest. We're the strongest nation, and we have the most blah blah blah. I think it was a lot of ego that, and then you have an insane person, i.e. Dick Cheney, who's like really breaking a lot of rules and really.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about Dick Cheney because somebody's trying to kill us. You heard that, right?
Yeah. I think it was just it. It was me
playing back
on his mic. Yeah. Yeah. See, there it is again.
Can you turn your volume down, Deej?
He thinks we're getting spied on by the CIA.
Got that feedback.
Yeah, my stuff's getting real choppy.
But
get real choppy.
Yeah, I don't think that we would have. I don't know what the implication is here. I don't think that we 9/11'd ourselves.
So we could go get. I mean, I think the argument goes. So we have the excuse to go to war.
Sure, but we didn't really need one. We were already fighting, so I didn't think we needed one.
I think also people like to look at the results of a thing like that and how they just serve the rich and be like, see, the rich plan. It's the same thing with the pandemic.
Well,
it's like so many rich people got richer and they're like, see, they planned the pandemic. It's like, no, they opportunisticed the pandemic because that's the kind of fucking vultures they are.
Well, yeah, I mean, the second that everything went down, I mean, it wasn't just rich people. Everybody I knew that had any kind of money got into the market and started buying everything up so that they could they're like, oh, if we bounce back. So it's like, it's a risk because you're like, I don't know what's going to
You're
happen.
betting on America.
You're betting on America. Yeah. So I think a lot of people made a lot of money on that. Not just rich people, but a lot of people became rich because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I think it created a lot of millionaires that weren't millionaires before it, but I also think it made a lot of people poorer.
A pyramid scheme.
Mm.
Do you think future generations will look back on our pyramid schemes the way we look back on the Egyptian pyramids and are like, God damn, how'd they do that? That's impressive.
Well, see, it's not a scheme. It's multi-level marketing. What you do is you sell these products and then you recruit other people to sell the products too. It's really just drug dealing, honestly. That's all. If you think about a drug king, it's just multi-level marketing.
Oh, right.
That structure, because you got a kingpin, you got the guy it was all about the manufacturing, the Mary Kay, so to speak, or the Amway, or the whatever the thing is, and then they got like a few guys that distribute out, and then those guys have other guys to distribute out. I mean, it's just fucking multi-level marketing. It's the same structure.
I honestly think there's way more integrity in the drug dealing business.
No, I agree, because it's not fucking shitty, because drugs are cooler. The end.
Because you have a clientele always.
Yeah. You're trying to convince me that I need Mary Kay.
Right.
That's the marketing part of it.
By saying it's so fun to sell.
Yeah, it's great. It's easy. They're trying to sell shitty products like they're drugs.
And it's working.
That's why they're like, oh, have a party at my house. Come over. I'll have the drugs
it's a secret
there.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Damn, it is kind of like drugs.
It is. That's all that, like when the True Romance, remember when they're always trying to sell sex party stuff?
Just
come over.
You walk out in the living room, your mom's got a dildo in her hand. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. She's just trying to get her friend's credit card number.
Yeah.
Multi-level marketing.
We lost DJ shitting on the dildos.
Boo.
Shitting on a dildo?
I mean, that's quite a solid opening if your mom was shitting on a dildo, though.
I don't like the image you just put in my head. I also don't like this image of me on the big screen in my hobo outfit. DJ, dude, Dick Cheney came and got DJ.
Oh, fuck.
Back online, but he's gone, dude.
Dick Cheney's still alive?
Of course.
Jesus Christ.
The other guy died. The one who was evil before him, Kissinger.
Gotcha.
He just died. That's like 100.
Well, they're probably doing that. They're probably doing the blood boy thing too, right?
Blood boy.
They're probably taking the essence of, if anything, I think it's those guys. I don't think it's a pizza shop where they're, I don't think Pizzagate is real, but I do think really old politicians are definitely stealing the essence of some sort of youth.
I have a hard time believing that many old rich people want to fuck little boys, but I know
I don't think
a
it's
lot
a
of them
fuck.
want their blood.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was just lying on the table, I'd put it in me. And I was like, well, damn, it's kind of like cocaine. I know this got here through evil means, but that's not my fault. It's here now.
Yeah, now it's here. What do you mean? It's not my problem. I got invited to this True Romance party.
I didn't buy it.
It's not my problem. Yeah, I didn't buy it. I'm not contributing to it. I'm just partaking.
Clean my hands. Just call me Pontius Pilate. Flying to the moon. All right. Well, I think that's a good end spot. We're gonna record another one today, letting you guys see behind the scenes.
You tell him every time. There's literally never any mystery.
DJ's dancing, or he's glitching.
He's a glitch dance. Dancing.
He's glitching. He's a glitch dance.
Me and DJ are going to start a DJ group where we're DJs called the Techno Feudal Lords.
Me and DJ are going to start a DJ group.
What's your angle?
DJs.
Feudal Lordism.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know you guys were feudal lords.
We're not yet. We have to start this DJ business.
Oh, okay, so you're going to be a DJ first?
We got to get fans.
Well, I think you would need to be a feudal lord first so you can justify the name.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh, okay.
We're not even DJs yet. Well, he is, but it's different.
Yeah.
I think he's talking.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
We'll
see if we can hear you.
Well, he is, but it's different. Yeah. I think.
No, I was just saying that yeah, starting a techno band sounds good.
I like the hair. That's his. That's what he's gonna do. I'm gonna wear a mask in the shape of a giant butt, and every time we drop the beat, I'll fart. But DJ's gonna do that. He's gonna be a mad scientist.
What? Tell me drop the beat off art,
Wow.
but DJ's gonna do that.
I
He's
love
gonna be
it.
a man.
Okay. Well, I love this side project. I mean, the pallet shed wasn't enough.
I
now
love the
feudal
side project.
lordism
I mean, the pallet
and
shed wasn't
DJism.
enough.
Techno.
Techno
feudalism.
DJ. So
Techno
easier.
feudalism.
Oh, okay.
Techno DJ. Techno
We all
feudalism.
work for tech companies now.
Oh, shit. It's like a double meaning, bro.
Oh shit.
Triple meaning. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Just when you thought it's like layers, just like 9/11.
Yep. It's like a pallet
It's like layers.
shed.
It's
It's layered.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense.
It's like a pallet.
Wow, you guys really have it all figured out.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm glad
That
you
makes
see it.
sense.
I mean, I see it now. It had to
Yeah.
be thoroughly
You guys really
explained to
have
me,
it all
so
figured out.
you might want to make a
glad
song
you-
about it.
That's
so
why we're bringing you in. This
people
is
understand.
great. You already have a great idea as our manager.
Now I'm managing it.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. Enough of that. Let's get out of here.
Thanks so much for listening. We love ya.
I'll be in Denver March 15th and 16th.
I'll be in an assortment of places all of April. By that I mean Eugene, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Santa Rosa, California, Fort Collins, Colorado, maybe Denver, I think Denver too, and Colorado Springs, CarmenMorales.com for all of your Carmen Morales needs. Bye.
Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets, like.